Link sat here for a full 24 hours. But now, he's ready to go on an adventure again. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to part 20 and possibly 21 of Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. He's floating in midair. That's a great sign to start off with, so let's go! Next dungeon! Here we go, boys and girls. Behold, one of the longer dungeons in Skyward Sword. This is the Lanayru mining facility. We've heard about this dungeon a whole lot from the robots in the past. But now, we get to see what this place is all about. So, first things first, you want to take care of these, basketball thingamabobs. Basketball. I might have to actually go back out and restock. Ah, I missed it. I missed the thing, but whatever. It's fine. It's all good. There might be just some additional things going on. So, I'm not really too worried about that, but I do want to get it. I do want to get it anyway, just in case. Oh yeah, these little shits. Aracas. This larval monster is said to live for a thousand years, during which time it is continually growing. Though the larva is small in size, it is quite ferocious and often found in swarms beneath the sand. It tends to leap forward toward moving objects such as yourself. Okay, first of all, I don't appreciate being called an object. Link is a human being. Link is a human being and doesn't like to be referred to as an object. I know he's on a mission chosen by the goddess and all, but that doesn't mean he's an object or anything like sheesh. And second of all, yeah, you're going to be finding a lot of those Aracas here at the Lanayru mining facility. So, yeah, that's going to be one of the more common enemies that you're going to be finding here today. And they are not that hard to deal with. One quick swipe of your sword will definitely take care of them, absolutely no problem whatsoever. And now all I have to do is to not screw up, and maybe I will possibly make this. Actually, no, because I can just use a hook beetle here. See, this is what happens when I don't look around. I probably should have restocked on bombs before entering the dungeon, but you know, whatever, it's fine. It's good. It's good. Now, I didn't really say like my full opinions on like Lanayru Desert before entering here, because you know, I want this primarily to be a guide and then opinions next, because that's how all Let's Plays should be. Guide and then opinions. Or if you're doing blind Let's Plays like everybody else does these days, opinions and then guide or experience, whatever. I didn't really say my opinions on Lanayru Desert, but Lanayru Desert, the best, or at least one of the best, and y'all can't at me ever. Like Lanayru mining facility, or not Lanayru mining facility. We're not at the end of the dungeon yet. Lanayru Desert is probably the region that has the most going on and probably has the most fun added to it. And yes, Finn, I know you're being antsy today, buddy. Even though you should be napping at this point. It's just dogs. That's just dogs for you. But anyway, yeah, Lanayru Desert, it's great. I think it's really fun to go through. And it probably has the most interesting things going on in it. And, you know, back in the before days, or the before years, the opinions of yesteryear catch up to me, because I said in the video title, I definitely did say in the video title, that we can't do anything about that box yet because it's full of dust, and we can't do dust yet. So that's a big no-no for now. Yeah, I thought like the part where you have to find the 3 nodes or dials or whatever was kind of dull, considering the fact that it just tacked on to Lanayru, and it was a little bit excessive, and to an extent I still do find, you know, those dials like a little bit too excessive. Like finding the first 2 dials, like the water and the lightning dial, they weren't really too bad. It's just the fact that the 3rd one can take a while is just like, you know, yeah, that could be the point where it can get like a little bit too much. So yeah, that's the point where it can kind of get, you know, a little bit too bloated for my liking. But otherwise Lanayru Desert, going through it is just so fun every time. I like it. I like going through that place, because once again, the structure of the world feels like an adventure this time around, and rather than you exploring open fields. And some people do miss that, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, I miss my open field, but I like being on an active adventure, an active dungeon-like world. And that's A-okay to me. That is A-okay to me. These things. Froakie. Though this odd creature is cowardly by nature, it will expose an array of densely packed defensive spikes when approached or provoked. So, basically, don't touch them. Yeah, don't touch them. Because if they run into a wall, or if their spikes are retracted, then you want to push them back into the wall. Any projectiles or skyward strikes will do you just fine. So, just be aware of that when dealing with them. Anyway, you can see that this place is really, really old. Very, very old. Covered in coarse, rough, and gets everywhere sand. Haven't made that joke yet. However, I don't have the beetle yet. Actually, no. What am I doing? I can just do this. Because that's what you have to do. Use the hook beetle, grab onto the bomb, and destroy the box. Simple as that. Hook beetle makes things a lot easier. Definitely makes things a whole lot easier on yourself. Alright, you press that switch, and the gate opens up, and you think you can go through it, but no. You have to be on the switch. But what are you to do? Hook beetle again. So let's do this. Grab onto the bomb right there. And then run into the time shift stone. And now here's where things get interesting. Everything in this room is now as it was in the past. So things just got a whole lot more interesting. This is this game's version of the BMOS. This is an ancient security mechanism. Its weak point is its eye, of course. The eye is also a weapon that fires a focused energy beam. I calculate a 100% failure rate at any attempt to strike the eye with your sword while it is still on top of its pedestal. I recommend using a weapon that can strike at high targets. Conversely, you can lower its head to a height your sword can reach. So basically just the common method of dealing with it is just swiping your sword horizontally and then, you know, stabbing it in the eye. Just remember, while you're using the Pro Controller, you can press the right stick to stab. So do not forget that. Now, I believe I can... Actually, no, I don't think I can. I was thinking maybe I could get past that conveyor belt, but no. Because what you actually have to do... Well, first off, you go over there to unlock that. And then that's when you do the things in which involve you running across this conveyor belt while also getting the stamina fruit in the process. But watch out, because if you get hit, then, you know, you'll be pushed back to where you started. And also into that electrical... in that electrical field. So, be aware of that. Be very much aware of that. Same rules apply for this one. Now you have to do it twice. Still not that bad. That way you can unlock that door right there. Simple, simple, simple. Now I want to get that treasure chest. That's right there. And I don't need to deal with you, because I got a red rupee. I think I might actually die here. Oh no. Oh no, that's not good. Let's see. I keep pressing the minus button because I think that's my... I keep thinking that this is Breath of the Wild. Like I said, this is Breath of the Wild, except it isn't. And I think I'm going to go potion number 1. Yeah, potion number 1. That's it. Okay. Now this room. Ooh. Things just got a little bit more platform heavy. Deku seeds. Avoid the Frokies. Rather, push them back. Just remember that any old thing will work. Any old thing will work so long as their spikes are retracted. As long as the spikes are retracted, then they will explode upon contact. So make sure you deal with them with your slingshot or Skyward Strike, or any projectile will work. And behold, the Gust Bellows. One of the most broken items in Super Smash Bros. History. But in this game... But in this game, it is an ancient and mystical device capable of blowing an endless gust of wind. And nah, don't like dealing with ya, nah. Now we have the power of the wind. Now we can uncover things that are hidden in dust. They might sound like it's useless, but it might actually be useless. It might not be useless, but it actually is. Nah, it's another useful tool for dealing with the Frokes. Yep. And it's good for uncovering dust, which can yield some treasure. And what's in here? Golden Skull. Ayy. Alright. So let's go ahead and deal with this. If you're on the bottom path of this, or in the bottom part of this room, this is treated more like a maze than anything. Because going over here will mean that these spikes will open up. So you basically have to figure your way out of this whole thing. And very thankfully, the exit is right there. Is there anything in... No, I think I'm fine. Trying to think if there's anything that I could possibly do there, but no. Not really. No. And just like any old thingy, you can now use this to go from the entrance all the way to the exit. That's right there. Nah, I'm gonna swipe him with the sword. It's much better to just swipe it with the sword anyway. Why do I even bother with this item anyway? Why did I even bother buying this item anyway? Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, that's why. You have to use it in order to get through this door. Total use. Seriously though, in Smash Brothers, this thing is broken beyond belief. Because you can shoot the wind for a while, and it basically is a strong wind force so that it blows characters off stage. So it's like one of the most broken items in existence. It's great. It's really, really great. So now we wound up back here to this big old room. But obviously, there is a place we haven't been to yet. So, going back over to this room where you had to fight the Staldras, you can now push this block for whatever reason. You know, whatever reason you need. Except for the fact that you need to do this in order to press the switch. And of course, it's one of those switches that don't stay pressed even if you do press it. So, push the crate, the metal box, all the way over there so that you can open this door. Alright. Going in some more. Get that rupee. Get the things. Blow away you. Alright. So now let's run over here. This is the part where my commentary is just like, go over here, run over there, swipe at the Arakas trying to kill you, run across here, and then explode him. Then swipe at these things in order to get the thing. Run here again. And then you have the capacity to blow away this dust so that you can uncover this time shift stone. So you can see what this room was like in the past. Oh god, okay, okay. Alright. I guess it's time for the inevitable because now this will definitely introduce us to one of my least favorite enemies in this game. First, use the Gust Bellows to open up this door. Spin the pinwheel. And also Beamos can move now. They move now. Oh dear god. Oh god. Oh god. Beamos move now. They move now. See, that's even funnier than they fly now. Disney. Centrobe. These things. Ugh. This security drone was built in ancient times. It is armed with missiles fired from a central turret and flying bombs fired from both of its sides. Analysis suggests that you can repel the missiles fired from the central turret with certain items at your disposal, such as your shield. So, using this shield, you need to shield bash the Centrobe's missiles, first off. And then it's going to send out these things that you have to swipe, that you have to slash at, either vertically or horizontally. And then it'll fire its second missile, and there you go. Yeah, because that part where it has to, where the Centrobe has to, you know, send out those little orbs that you need to slash vertically or horizontally is totally necessary, isn't it? It is. Because it's just that necessary. I don't know why you can't just deal with them, like, really quickly. But okay. I guess that it needs to do that. Vindication for being an enemy. Vindication for being one of the tougher enemies in Skyward Sword. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the Centrobes at all. Because, well, there's only really one way that you can deal with them. Mostly because of that. But, oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that, no. I should not have done that. I need that rupee, actually. And there we go. I just wish there was another way you could deal with the Centrobe. Then I probably wouldn't complain as much, but, you know, they have to make you deal with it in one way and also not very quickly, so I guess that's fine. Can I get through a Staldra fight without hurting myself? Yes, I can. Just gotta dodge and go. Mate, get out of here. It's a good thing that Staldra's, you know, drop red rupees every time. Because then I would be running low on money. Like, all the time. Alright, so let's get this stuff here. There's probably nothing here. Nothing whatsoever. Well, aside from Deku Seeds and whatever else. Now, more pushing. Because that's just this whole dungeon, isn't it? This whole dungeon is, you know, pushing things, blowing things away with your freaking Gust Bellows. Your freaking wind machine that you just got. Then doing other things. And doing more things along the way. Because that's how it is. I don't need something from the pouch. I need the slingshot. Thank you. Now on this one, we get introduced to a brand new enemy that only exists in the good old-fashioned past. And that enemy is Armos. This security and defense mechanism was developed long ago. It will attack anything that enters its security perimeter. According to my records, its weak point is its mouth, but it requires some specific measure to make it open its mouth. Finally, a use for the Gust Bellows that's actually kind of practical. Utilizing the Gust Bellows, you want to make it open its mouth, and then destroy the two crystals that are in its mouth, and then you destroy it. So, yeah, non-traditional way of dealing with Armos this time around. So, that's good. Instead of just either using bombs or just hitting it with your sword. You know, using exclusively those methods. Finally got the dungeon map. Jeez. Took him long enough. And we only have like 3 more rooms to go. Actually 4. You know, possibly 4 rooms to go.